All right, good morning, everybody. We are pulling out of here. It is 6:13 in the morning, leaving a little bit later than I wanted to because I made a rookie mistake and I forgot my logbook at the house. I went out day before yesterday. Horrible, horrible weather. It's blowing 25 to 30 out of the east, which is the worst wind for us to pull traps here, because we're running north and south along the coast. So when you have an east wind, it's hitting you broadside all day, and it's really, really, really difficult to pull traps. So if you're pulling from south to north, the east wind is blowing you away from the ropes. And if you try to pull north to south, you can't do that because it's blowing you on top of the rope and every trap is coming underneath. It's the absolute worst wind direction to fish here. You know, where we're fishing in southeast Florida, everybody's running their traps, south to north or north to south, but they run parallel to the coast, along the different depth contours. So really, really difficult. So I was able to pull 120 traps, and then I moved 50. And I don't know if you remember a couple of weeks ago, I think it was, we were talking about it, where the only way to do it would be to load them and bring them back, because then, the range is like a 50, 60 mile range from beginning to end of where I had the traps. But what I did is I started backwards and I started pulling and loading up the boat and then moving them to where I wanted to put them. But it took me all day. I left the dock here at 4:45 and I got back here at 7:30 at night, and I really couldn't record anything. It was, I would say, top 3 worst days that I've pulled traps. I mean, everything was wet, and I didn't want to ruin cameras and microphones. And then I looked at the weather, and now all of a sudden, boom, here we are 2 days later, and the wind has died down. We literally have our wind forecast from today is from 0 to 5 miles an hour. So I got my dad back on the boat with me. He could come when the weather's good. And today we got 120 traps left to pull. So it should be a pretty easy day, and we're gonna have beautiful weather. So marina's packed right now, and if you can see all the boats here coming out, a lot of people calling sick to work today, because I mean, seeing a day like this is extremely unusual for us in the wintertime. So we're gonna go ahead, get out of this channel, and haul some what to the first trap, and we'll bring you along. Let's see if we get some crab. Let's go. All right, guys, welcome to the ocean side. 7:46 in the morning. We are 25 traps in and only got 15 claws. So it's dead, to say the least. Very, very, very slow day. I mean, it doesn't look like, it could get better, but I've been doing this enough to know that when you start this slow, it's not gonna get much better. So I'll record some traps here. Remember, today we got very little traps to pull because I got a lot of them done already when I came out last time. Eso no sirve. Latica. So today we got, really I did pull 10 of them already, of the ones that I dropped. I'm gonna try cat food. I don't know if I told you guys this morning. I'm gonna try the cat food. So a lot of guys use the cat food. It smells horrible, wet cat food, like in the can. And see if that does anything. Tírala. So I wanted to, get the cat food in them so that I could have it as a, control in my log and say, okay, I put cat food in these. Well, we pulled 10 of them. I mean, it's not worth the time to put the cat food in them. I've got another 18 in the area of where we're gonna be pulling today, but I'm just gonna leave those without it because I'm tired. I am really, really, really tired. 2 days ago, today you can see how beautiful of a day it is. It was the complete opposite 2 days ago. So it beat me up. I got cuts all over my hands. My body's in pain and swollen. But I got to get these pulled and baited. This is a good one here. See, they killed one of the crabs in here. Look at that. What a shame. They are ruthless with each other. But, you know, you get a few of them like that, and it starts changing everything. Well, we'll see. I mean, we're going super fast. When there's no catch, you just lift it up and drop it again. So, tírala. And if you missed the last video when my dad came on board and you're watching us for the first time, thank you for clicking on the video. But just so you know, tírala is in Spanish, it's like throw it, so that he knows where to drop it. And I do that because I have every trap, the coordinates marked, so that if one of them gets run over, we could easily retrieve it. And then when we got these really nasty fronts that come in, it blows these traps around. So it really helps to have a good reference of where that trap was when you're looking for it. If you know that the trap was blown inshore, you know, if that's the trend of the day, you're looking in that direction for them. Nothing. Ya la puedes tirar. Cuidado con la soga. My wife said I have to stop talking like that. That baby talk that we do. And I said, that egg. We have a little baby at home. When we talk, that's our baby talk. That's what it sounds like. And you might hear me say a bunch of times in the in the videos, I say, oh no. And she says that all the time. It's like the first phrase that she learned. And she says, oh no. So if you hear me talking like that, it's because it's so natural that we all do it. My son, my wife, and we're not going crazy. It's just how it is, how we talk. So yeah, guys, if you're watching and you're in the north, when you guys get these strong blizzards and these massive snowstorms, well, that keeps coming down here, and we don't get snow, but we get a ton of wind that comes with it. That's not good. Oh, that guy got robbed, and they left it open. At least, if you're gonna rob it, close it. We don't want anybody to rob, but man, just close the trap. Tírala. So unfortunately, guys, I'm sure, I mean, if you're watching and you're, you know, I'd love to hear from some of the lobster guys up in the Northeast. I'm sure that there's poaching all over the place. And unfortunately, we have that here too. We get people that come out and they decide they want to pull your trap and take the crab out of it. Happens with the lobster guys too, you know, and it's a really crappy thing to do when people are trying to make a living and you're coming out here and you're just taking their catch, you know. But yeah, going back to those big snow blizzards, when you guys have them up there, we get these really, really strong winds here. And although the ocean looks beautiful and flat calm today, we have 5 to 7 foot waves 2 days ago. And then what happens is that the waves and the current, they keep moving these traps. And then they get blown away, and that's why we like to mark them where they're supposed to be. So we got a good starting point, you know. Oh, this guy looks too small, but we're gonna check him. Come here. These little ones are the worst ones because you can't grab the claws good. And they're the ones that can, I mean, they won't break your finger off, but they will definitely hurt. Yep. 2. Man, this little one is strong. See how it's good? It doesn't go past the gauge, so 3 in that one. And if you missed some of the other videos, you might be saying, man, well, that's good, they got 3. And again, we're very thankful for everyone that we get. But those claws are the medium claws, and the claws are broken down into 4 groups. Medium is the smallest, and it is the least that they pay for. So we take them, but those are the worst ones. Tírala, from a revenue standpoint. Uh-oh. Oh, there it is. Buoys are hard to see. You know, I had somebody write me, and I don't remember from where. I want to say they were from the Northeast. And then they said, hey, you know, why don't you paint your buoys a bright color so you can see them better? And I'll tell you, I used to have my buoys, used to be yellow. And the yellow buoys, you could see them, but so can the robbers. We painted them this dark navy blue color, and it makes it much harder to see them for us and for the poachers, also from the traps. All right, another one. Those little ones, and I guess if you catch enough of them, they start piling up in weight, but it's a big difference in how it was 2 weeks ago. I'm still hoping that I think we could get in these traps, you know, a 5-gallon bucket by the end of the day. Tírala. Today, obviously, when the weather is good like this, we burn a lot less fuel, a lot less drag that you're creating in the water with the boat, and we could go faster, you know, which gets the boat out of the water. A lot more fuel economy like that. But when it's rough, I mean, the fastest that I could go was 10 miles an hour 2 days ago. And I mean, that's horrible when you're trying to navigate in 5-foot seas. It's creating so much drag and resistance. You're just burning a ton of gas. I burned more gas doing half of the traps, and I also moved 50, right? So I was, you know, I got a lot of weight on the boat. That also burns more gas, but I burn more gas than what I would on a regular pull. That's it. Do. Only 2. Oh, there goes the baby talk again. You guys got to get used to it. You'll get used to it. You'll get used to it. If you're new and you haven't seen it, you'll get used to it. And if you have been watching the videos, now you're going to pick up for it, and you're going to catch us doing it a lot in the videos. So what I'm going to do, guys, here is I'm going to go ahead and pause the cameras here because this is not doing good at all. Tírala. And then I'm going to bring you guys back. I'll start pulling another section, and we'll kind of do like 5 or 6 at a time like that. These, you know, have always been pretty good, but we're off to a slow start today. So we're going to keep pulling. We're going to bring you back. All right, guys, we have been pulling, and it has been pretty uneventful. And now we started pulling, and we're 3 traps in, and every trap has caught crab. So I was like, I got to record. I got to show you guys crab. So let's hope it continues. Tírala. Let's hope it continues. Let's see. Maybe you guys can be my good luck charm. I'll bring you here. This crab's gonna come out on YouTube. Let's see. But it is a beautiful day. I mean, unfortunately, we're flying through these traps. So it's a time check, just so you know, 8:29. And we're probably like 35 traps in, but it's because we're not catching. So nobody wants to finish fast and not catch. Let's see what happens here. I see some legs. Man. Oh, nearly. There's a big old guy right here. I got pinched by another one. Normally, they don't really mess with you. If you're grabbing another crab, they don't try to do anything to you. But that other guy, I went to grab the crab next to him, and he tried to bite me. He bit me. Okay. It's looking good. Oh, we got another one right here. Whoa. Big guy. Okay. This guy is feisty. Aguanta aquí. Suéltalo, suéltalo. Okay, 1, 3, 4, 5, 7. Whew. Yeah, I don't like to mess around with them when they're aggressive, like they're gonna try to bite you. I don't want to give them that opportunity. I've been pinched already, and thankfully they haven't. I still got all my fingers, but when they pinch you, it really makes you reconsider grabbing when they're feisty like that. And some of these, you know, I'll tell you now, when we drop this trap, they data lam. And normally when you grab them by the back legs, they can't bite you. And it's happened to me twice now, that the crab is so athletic that it can bend its claw behind and bite you behind its back. It's pretty impressive. But if one of those big claws gets your finger, they could break your finger off. We don't want that. Oh, let's see if the streak keeps going. Would be very nice. We really need to get, and at a minimum, a bucket full. I'd love to get more. But man, this is doing pretty good. Yes. That's a floater. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Guys, let me tell you, we get a few of these. I hadn't realized that bucket is it's pretty close to the top. I hadn't realized that. That's what we need, though, man. With the expense of moving the traps, and it is part of the game, you got to move traps that are not performing. But it's a killer. It's a tremendous amount of work and a killer for fuel. So we really need to get some crab tírala to see if we can at least pay for everything and wind up making at least a couple $100 this week. You know, but that happens when you got to move traps and they're in bad areas. If you leave them there, it's all you're doing is hurting yourself. So let's see, so far, 5 in a row. Man, we get another 4, 5, 6 like that, and I think we can fill up the bucket. We can fill up the bucket. There's a couple in there too. And the winch is tired, I'm tired. They killed that guy. Look at this. Papi, necesito que lo coja de abajo. Ahora. Man. That was a good one. Man, you see this guy. The claw is clearly big enough, but because the bottom is broken right there, by standard you can't take it, by the legal standard. So, 3 claws. Oh man, this is really good, guys. And if it could keep going, now we got, I don't know, 20, somewhere around 40 traps left, and we're done for the day. I mean, again, if you're, haven't been watching the videos, I say this all the time, but tirala. There really is no time where all the traps are catching, Even in the beginning on the first pool when you're gonna get like the most, when nobody's been fishing crab, we still didn't get every single trap to catch. So it happens, you get pockets that are good, and then you hit bad pockets. Hopefully the bad pockets are behind us today. We could get back early. Oh man, it's gonna be good. Cook this crab, clean the boat, take it to the market, and get some rest. It has been a tough week. Ooh, we got some more in here, but does he have claws? Nope, no claws. I mean, still, it's just crab, it's just unfortunate he doesn't have claws. So yeah, 8:37, if you're keeping track of the time, we're flying through this today. And it also, it's when you're working and the weather is like this, it's tirala. You can't ask for a better day. And, it's pretty cool. Like, if you didn't see the last video of my dad, we'll link it at the end of this one, but he hasn't been able to come out on the boat with me now in over a year. And he was out here 2 weeks ago. We had a day like this, which is extremely rare for us to have in the wintertime. And then today it's like this as well. So I've had him now twice in like a 3-week period. So really cool. Just turn a little bit. Nothing. I'm gonna pull the next one, and if that one doesn't have anything, then we'll pause it and we'll bring you guys back a little bit later in the line. I'm shocked at tirala that we have been catching this much in these last few traps, because it started off so slow. But if this one doesn't have any, I'll pause it and I'll bring you back towards the end of these 80. There's a handful of them that always do pretty good. And I'll bring you back there if this one doesn't have, but if it has, we keep going. It's another boat pulling traps here next to us. We got another good specimen. These big ones are real easy to grab. Four, nunca se ha caído. 4 claws, all right. So we're gonna keep going. We're gonna keep going with the video and see. 4 is pretty good. We had so many zeros in the beginning. And this is a good feeling to do this. Tírala! And then when we pause it, we'll be jamming out to, I got my dad's playlist. Old school Spanish music. Some of them, I sprinkled some of the newer stuff in there, because his stuff is like when he was little. Some of it is not that easy to jam to. We'll put that back on here. So if this one doesn't have, then I'll pause it. Oh, but I see legs. Guys, you guys might be with us for the duration of this line. Oh, but too small, I think. Yeah, this one might have 1. This guy might have 1. See guys, when you put it up here, it can't go below that or it's no good. All right, one claw. There's a lot of guys out here pulling traps today. A lot of the guys have been waiting. The weather's, I mean, it's just unbearable to be out here in this when it's rough. Tírala. I thought I could do it in 2 back-to-back days, but it just killed me. I got up at 2:30, 2:45 that day. I left the house at like 3:30, and I got back home. It's like 7:30 at night. So, and then at that point, it's time to clean the boat, cook the crab, ice the crab, and we separate it into the 4 classes. And we do that just so that I could, I keep track like a P&L, so I know how much money we're gonna get in the check when we take it to the market. And another one here. They're hidden in that corner. Man, you see how that guy snapped back? Ooh. Some of these guys are great fighters. So, pretty good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. These group of traps here are gonna save the day. Thank God. We're almost to our full bucket. The next one, guys, I'm gonna pull the next one, and no matter what, I'm gonna pause it because I don't want to run out of battery before we get to the end, and I'll show you guys everything that we caught, but then I gotta clean my hands and all that to swap batteries. But this next one always does pretty good. So I'll pull this one, see what we got in it, and we'll pause it and we'll bring you back. And either we'll bring you back at the end of this line, or I'll bring you back at the end of all of it. We're getting pretty close to it now. Just so that you guys can see what we caught, the total. Let's see if this one lives up to his reputation. Which has been pretty good. And I see legs in it too. Oh man. Yeah, this is good. This guy doesn't have claws. This guy is ready to attack me. So I'm grab him like this. Dame un chance, papi, dame un chance. Dame un chance. Okay. And these guys are pretty smart. When they grab that, they pull it away from themselves. This guy's gonna be too small. Yep. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, guys. So you got to see a bunch of crab there. We're almost done. I think we got like 25 or 30 traps more to go. But we're gonna keep pulling, and then I'll bring you back and I'll show you what we caught. Guys, we are done. 10 o'clock in the morning. It's a new record. We pulled 100 traps in 3 hours, and we actually ended up doing pretty good. We got 2.5 buckets. Take a look here. 2.5 buckets. So really, those traps that we did in the middle there really helped us out, helped us fill up a bucket. But beautiful day. I mean, you can't beat this. I mean, look at this behind me. It is just a beautiful day. And 10 o'clock we're done. We're gonna steam home now. We got about a 45-minute ride back to the marina, an hour, and then go home, cook this crab, clean the boat, and thank God we're done early. And we caught some crab. So if you missed the last video of my dad coming out with me coincidentally, because the one after that I couldn't record, I'm gonna link it at the end of this one. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you next week. Let's go.